Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a non-spoilery review of Belle by Rachel Hawkins. I've been trying to deal with a reading slump recently and I'm kind of still crawling my way out of it at this point, but it has gotten a lot better, and one of the reasons why it has gotten a lot better is actually because of this book. I kind of was desahogándome on Twitter and I actually posted something saying that I was going to read Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi, and then Ilse from Ilse's Books channel, link down below as always, she actually recommended that I don't read that and that I read this instead, because she said that it was really funny and a quick read and she thought that it would really help me with my reading slump. And boy am I glad that she actually responded to my tweet that day, because this book was so fantastic. I've had this book in my TBR for the longest time. This was a very kind of YouTube influence purchase for me, to be honest, but it took me a really long time to actually read it. The book is about a girl named Harper who is kind of unwillingly forced to become the protector of this guy, and she is given these supernatural powers that kind of freak her out. One of the things that I really liked about this book was just Harper's voice, that she was just so funny. It was very realistic to how I would act if I was suddenly kissed by a dying janitor and given superpowers. And then she comes to realize that these powers are there to help her protect this boy that she has hated for pretty much her entire life. They've always had this kind of rivalry and she's forced to deal with it, and the fact that she is now this guy's protector when she is already so overwhelmed with everything else she has to do. She's kind of the popular girl. She is the girl who is in charge of like 10,000 committees. So that's all I'm gonna say about the storyline, because I don't want to give too much away. I do really want to say though that this book was just exactly what I needed for my reading slump. I read this in one sitting. I found it so entertaining, so adorable, and I just really sped through it in a matter of hours. I am going to say though, I don't think that it was without any faults. Some things were a little too convenient for my taste. I think that my enjoyment for the book and for the time when I did read it, because I am in a reading slump, I think that kind of overpowers the issues that I have with it for the most part. Harper is such a funny character. I didn't think that I was gonna like her as much as I do. The more you read and the more you kind of see her reasons for being the way she is, you kind of understand her a little bit more, and I do really like her character growth and her development, as well as David's development. David is the guy she is forced to protect. Like I said, I do have some issues with it regarding its convenient setup, but overall it was just so funny and so enjoyable. I am really glad that I read this during my reading slump. The second book of this series is coming out this year. I'm not entirely sure when it's coming out. I feel like it might be coming out in May, around the mid-year mark. So I am looking forward to continuing on with the series and finding out what happens. I think that if you are in a reading slump, or if you're just looking for something that is really entertaining, really fast, I really recommend this if you guys are interested in that type of read. And yeah, that is kind of all I have to say for this book. That doesn't really involve spoilers. I do have some spoilery things that I want to talk about, but I don't really want to make like a spoiler review. I wanted to just keep it really short and simple. And overall, like I said, I really enjoyed this. I think I ended up giving it like a 4 out of 5 stars, mostly because of, again, the enjoyment factor. And though I do have some issues with it, I think overall for this particular book in this particular time that I'm in, I kind of value the fact that I enjoyed it much more than the issues I had with it. So if you have read Belle, let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comments down below. If you are interested in continuing on with the series, what you thought about it, what you thought about the conveniency of the plot. But just make sure if you are going to post a comment, and if it has a spoiler, to make sure to put a spoiler alert down below, just in consideration for people who haven't actually read the book. So that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye guys! So today's video is going to be my most anticipated releases for 2015.